Sweet, this game has a soup kitchen simulator. Totally a feature I look for in a video game.
Warm meal, warm heart,
What's up guys, video game viewer here, bringing you the review of Mafia 3 for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. The storyline to this game is the first thing I want to touch on. Guys, it is nothing we haven't seen before. There's nothing original about it. It's a typical tale of betrayal and revenge. You're double-crossed, and from that moment on, you are on the warpath to get vengeance against those who double-crossed you. It's a story that we've seen play out time and time again in video games, and to be honest, I would have liked something a little more fresh. The way the story is delivered to you, I would say, is original. It's flashbacks, interview tapes of those who are now in the future, and then you kind of go, they're telling their side of the story, and then you go back and kind of play what they're describing. So it kind of jumps around in the timeline a little bit. It can get a little confusing, but overall I like the way the story is told. It's just not a very original storyline. So if you can get past that, then you'll be alright with the storyline here. Gameplay-wise, plays out like a typical third-person shooter. There's a cover system. You can vault over objects. You can do takedowns. There's punching, shooting mechanics, all that stuff that comes with a typical shooter game. Now, driving felt a little rigid at times, also a little floaty at other times. It was really weird, but typical third-person shooter stuff here. Nothing out of the, nothing very original is brought to it. It's just your typical run and gun shooting. Now, there are some stealth elements. You can decide to go in, do stealth. Or you can run in and go in guns blazing. Now, what's cool is you can kind of call in reinforcements, but your enemy can also call in reinforcements. But you can stop them if you can kill them fast enough before they get to the payphone. Now, you're going to be taking over gang territories in this, kind of like the old Godfather games. You're going to be recruiting people for your own personal gang. You're going to be having sit-downs. You're going to be distributing territory among these three people that are going to be helping you. So some of that is kind of fresh to see, but again, nothing really original. We've seen that in the Godfather games in the past on older systems. So I would say if it just boils down to a typical third-person shooter, and if you like third-person shooters, then you're going to be good with this game. Because that's what it is. It's a third-person shooter, and nothing is really mind-blowing about it. Graphics-wise, this game suffers as of right now. Now, I'm sure they're going to patch some stuff, but graphics-wise, I have seen a ton wrong. Now, in the cutscenes, the graphics look incredible. The voice, or the character animations and everything look dead on. But when you're running around the world, I've experienced texture popping. I've experienced draw distance issues. I've experienced lighting issues where the lighting would just go away and then pop back in the middle of a mission. Just absurd amounts of stuff. I've actually seen the sun disappear in the middle of a mission. It went from nighttime to daytime again. It went from daytime to nighttime to daytime. The sun completely vanished. I have no clue what was up with that, but I'm sure, again, they'll patch that stuff. But really, I mean, come on, the sun disappearing, that should be something that is fixed day one. When I put it in my system and play it, that should be a non-issue. Sound design in this game is probably this game's strongest feature. I love the voice acting in this game. It is spot on. It is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. Music-wise, this game has a phenomenal soundtrack, and it fits so well with, obviously, the timeline. I mean, they picked music from the era, but they really nailed it with the way they utilize it in this game. It is just perfect. There's nothing quite like driving around in a hopped up sports car of the era, listening to Jimi Hendrix. It's just amazing. And I want to touch on some other things. The city of New Bordeaux, obviously, we've seen it, we know it's based off of New Orleans. It leaves a lot to be desired. It didn't feel organic to me. It didn't make me really want to run around and explore. It made me just want to mission hop from one mission to the other. I kind of got off track there. I was talking about the sound, though. I did experience some sound glitches. A guy threw a Molotov at me at one point, and the sound of the glass shattering just was on constant loop for the rest of the mission. And so, obviously, that was super annoying. But other than that, sound is dead on. Overall, I wouldn't say Mafia 3 is a bad game. It's just not a very original game. It's fun, and it's not fun. It's not fun in the sense that I felt like the whole time I was playing it, I've been there and I've done that, and it somewhat seemed like a chore to just do some of these missions because they were just not fresh to me. Now, there's no fast travel in the game at all. So, I mean, I've experienced moments where I've driven from literally the top of the map to the bottom of the map just to have a cutscene, only to have to turn around, get in my car, and drive back to the top of the map. And, I mean, it's not a very long drive. It's maybe 10, 11 minutes, somewhere around there. Still, just a pain that they didn't have any sort of fast travel system in place. But overall, like I said, not a terrible game. But guys, I'm giving this game a 7 out of 10. Not a great score. I wouldn't put this game at the top of your shopping list, especially when we have other games coming out this season that look a lot more promising. But again, a 7 out of 10, guys. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.